Hi everybody, Tasha here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. Welcome back and happy Friday. It's very late Thursday night, but I know this will post on Friday. So happy Friday to you all. To everybody new, this is Oscar. And Oscar says, hello aunties and uncles. Have you all missed Oscar? Oscar is a full-bodied silicone baby. And he is on your face, dear. He is the Dwayne Awake #2 by Claire Taylor. So Oscar's been waiting patiently to get changed since his brother Milo came along. When you're going to see Milo too, because we're going to get both boys changed. Look at Oscar. Look at him in this gorgeous, this is the seafoam green in Loved Baby. I just adore this brand. But the boys are going to be going into Kate Quinn. I just did a haul on Kate Quinn, but the clothing that they will be going into is by Kate Quinn. All right, so before I totally get started and into it, although I'm going to start unsnapping Oscar, because you all know how I can yap. I love this with his eyes. I don't know if you all can see Oscar's eyes in this, but look at this color with his eyes, because his eyes are probably more green than anything else. I kind of call them hazel, and they have some brown in them, but really they are green eyes. And I don't know if you can see how this color picks up his eyes, but oh, do I love it. Love it. And I love this little man. Anytime a new baby comes in, I'm always missing, changing Oscar and seeing Oscar. So anyways, before I totally get rolling, I want to remind you all, go over and hit that subscribe button now if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you are notified when my videos go up. And also my channel has a membership. So if you would like to support my channel and be a part of my exclusive membership, for exclusive live streams and content, lots of fun in there. It's $1.99 a month. That's all inclusive. You can cancel it at any time. You do have to be 18 years or older to join. But that's a great virtual place to be these days, especially, when entertainment, we're not kind of physically out in the world as much. So just a nice place to socialize in there. That's exclusive to my members. All right, so I am going to... I gotta kind of double time it here, I suppose, because I'm gonna be changing 2 silicone babies, which is normally I'm just changing 1, which is Oscar. So I was contemplating, because I got actually 3 gorgeous gowns from Kate Quinn that I had showed, and I was gonna do, I know Milo is gonna go in this one, the all blue, because I had gotten that for him with this little airplane hat. It was supposed to go to Auntie Kelly, but then Milo came here, so he's gonna have it here. And I was gonna put the bluebird on Oscar, and I know that'll look gorgeous, but then I was thinking, should I put the pumpkin on him, and do the pumpkin with the blue would be still more like a fall scene. I think this will look beautiful on Oscar, but you know what? I'm gonna do the bluebird for now, and then I'm gonna save this for like a fall photo shoot. We'll say who this will go on. I mean, I think I always picture Stellan in gowns, so that might be for Stellan. We'll see. But let's put Oscar in the Bluebird. These gowns not at the bottom. Super, super cool. So I had a comment, question in the comments on Instagram earlier today, and I found the question to be fun. By the way, I love when you all, you know, leave comments for me and ask questions, you know, fun questions, because then it gets you thinking, and, you know, sometimes I will, you know, chat about it. I don't always, and I, you know, y'all, well, many of you know that me and the time constraints that I am under these days and stuff, so you know, I can't say that I will always make a video when people ask questions. And I can't even answer, you know, elaborate questions that are like multi, you know, faceted and stuff like that. Like where there's a lot of typing involved. I'm just not able to do that. But I do read all my comments, here and on Instagram, as many of you know. So anyway, the question, and I forget exactly how it was worded, but, she was asking about the dolls, and do they come with some sort of, paperwork, authenticity? Now, of course, that's a no-brainer to answer, but then I think she was asking like about like acknowledgement of, and you know, like something along the lines of what pets do. I saw that part in the comments. I don't remember it verbatim. So I got the feel that the question was more along the lines of like ownership of the dolls, and like maybe like a will or something like that. And I mean, I remember this being a topic when I was new to the hobby, and amongst us newbies, in fact, probably if you go back a few years to the beginning of my channel, you might even, you know, I mean, I don't think it will be titled in a video, but you might hear me chatting about it in a video, because it is something that came up. I think it was along the time we were like doing like the godmother thing, which we were just doing that for fun amongst some friends, like saying, oh, you're this baby's godmother because, you know, you know, maybe one particular doll in your collection is very special to, you know, a good friend, a specific aunt, that sort of thing. Oh, I remember how that came up, and it's jogging my memory now. And then someone else had actually asked and inquired and said, oh, well, does that mean that if you die, God forbid you die, if something happens to you, that your doll is going to go to that person? And I guess that was a legitimate question. If you're appointing godparents, I mean, that would be what would normally happen in the real world with children, is that you know, they would go to a godparent. At least that's how a lot of people do it, when your child is like baptized or, you know, chosen godparents, anywho. But the bottom line is, well, things in this world are either living, like obviously like children or pets, which is obviously a completely different category than the dolls when you look at things realistically. And they'll fall into two categories of, you know, valuable, you know, monetary value and or sentimental value. So these dolls, to answer part of the question, yes, most sculpts, you know, most authentic reborn or silicone doll sculpts come with certificates of authenticity, and we call them COAs. So you'll see COA, that stands for Certificate of Authenticity, and that's on the sculpt. And then often, not always, but often the artist that reborns the doll, that paints and roots, you know, and all that, will make up their own birth certificate, perhaps with their nursery name, perhaps the baby's weight and date that they completed the doll, the quote birth date. Wow, this looks amazing on Oscar. Wow. This is my first time getting the gowns from Kate Quinn. I know I love the Beechwood collection. The softness of the, I love the material on this particular collection. And so I've just never done the gowns. I don't think the gowns come in newborn. They start at 0 to 3, so these gowns are 0 to 3. And wow, they just, look at how beautiful that is going to be with a picture with the knot on the bottom. And I just love how you could see his little legs up here. And this is so thin. I love this material on the silicone dolls, especially because you could just really, really feel. You bring it up and here's the little feeties. And how easy for changing a baby, voila. So like those midnight changes with a newborn, wow, are these gowns fabulous. If I had somebody having a baby right now, like if, I was having grandkids or something, I would snag these up on a sale, boom, 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 get like 5 or 6 of them, to start a lay at. Anyway, I got to get moving because we got to change Milo, and then I'll finish up kind of talking about that fun topic. So we'll move Oscar over here. At the end, I'll show you both the boys together, but we got to get baby Milo in here. And I think we're gonna change Milo's diaper real quick. So I found that I had this diaper. I think it was one maybe that came with Oscar. I don't remember, or maybe on a reborn, but it's Grovia. I've had it for a while. I didn't quite like the fit on Oscar. It was kind of like a bulk and a little small, and here's Milo. So real quick, I'll let y'all know that anybody that hasn't met Milo, Milo is also by Claire Taylor, and he is an original one of a kind. He's the artist proof Janica boy by Claire Taylor. So he's kind of a unique, specially made baby. Oh my goodness, I love this baby so much. You know what? We're not even going to change this for right now. I'll show you another time what this fit looks like on Milo. Really nice. Right now, he is just in a Huggies newborn. I remember why I put you in this big little man. It's going to do a drink and wet feeding. Oh, and if y'all remember, I picked up one of these onesies. Another one. Oscar was wearing a cream color one. And it's the same material as their Beechwood because it's from their bamboo collection. And it's just their lap neck onesie. And I think this is in like an air blue or something. It's a nice light blue. And I use the one on Oscar constantly. It is always like his staple kind of undershirt. And that's the only one I had. So I had ordered this one when I ordered, my Kate Quinn, and everything was on sale. So, it's a nice light color, because they have like darker colors and stuff, but I don't know that I would leave that on a silicone doll. But anything in the lighter colors, like the oatmeal that Oscar has on, or this, they don't make stark white, but, and I just love, it helps the clothes just kind of slide on and off easy. And it's, for a real baby, I always put onesies on my children underneath their clothing. So I just like to do the same. Anyway, let's finish up this top because I'm yapping and yapping. Right? Because that's what mommy does. I love this color on you already and your hair is a mess. So back to it, the dolls fall into the category of sentimental and or monetary value. So, and they come with, often the COAs, as I was explaining. So that really is the doll's paperwork. Now, some collectors, especially of higher end dolls, do list their dolls on their like homeowner's insurance policy. because they are very expensive assets, and you want to be covered in the case of, like, you know, theft, fire, flood, those sorts of things, just like you would any other expensive valuables that you own. If you owned an expensive painting, jewelry, anything else, you list your valuables. I have Oscar on individually, and then collectively my collection on a whole. I don't know, you know, how that would work, but and a lot of collectors do. When you start getting up there and dolls are worth over, you know, a certain amount, and depending on your policy and your carrier, your insurance carrier can, you know, your agent can guide you and tell you, like, what would be appropriate, and you may have a you know, list, and may know what, if it's a set amount, you know, could some, you know, for like individual items, it could be like anything over $2,500, some are anything $5,000. It just depends. It just depends on your policy. So that would be the practical thing to do. And then as far as for sentiment, I suppose if you know, have specific dolls in your collection that you want to go to specific family members, like, you know, I want this doll to go to this child, or this doll to go to my auntie, you know, Rosie, or whatever, you would list it in your will if it's that important, I guess. Or if you feel that your family wouldn't kind of just know what you'd want, then, you know, write it down just like you would anything else. This, you know, crystal vase goes to this person. This diamond bracelet goes to that child, you know, like that sort of thing. That will be also the norm. I think when you get into talking about like aunties and godparents in the dolly community, you know, again, they are expensive collectible works of art. So at the end of the day, like, certainly I know if something, God forbid, happened to me now, I would depend on a few friends, close friends, that my husband could contact that would help him sell my dolls so that my family would have some money. Because if I were in deep poo-poo, if I can't die, not just yet, you know what I'm saying, like, that would have to be done. And I would hope that certain friends might want to purchase certain, you know, dolls if I was gone, but at the very least, I have friends that, you know, that I trust, that were like, you know, close beyond, well, way beyond the doll collecting and way beyond the hobby. Our families are, you know, more intertwined, and, you know, like, you know, I definitely have ladies here. I've built friendships here, and have a few ladies here, and you know who you are, that, you know, are like sisters to me. I mean, really, honestly. And I hope for all of you that if that's what you're looking for in the hobby, you know, really meaningful friendship, that you find that, and that happens naturally and organically, and of course, usually over, you know, many years of getting to know people, when you feel that, you know, close to people and talk to them every day, and, you know, they know all the ins and outs of what's going on in your family and your kids, and, you know, that sort of thing. But other than that, I mean, as far as like on the hobby level of, you know, dolly friends that we have here in the community and stuff, I mean, I suppose, again, they're your dolls. They're completely up to you. And if you have a baby that is, you know, just, it's more of sentiment to you, and you want that baby to go to somebody specific, then you better let that person know, or a family member know, with a name and number of who to, you know, send the dolly off to. So I guess that kind of answers that. Look at Milo. I just want to put this hat on him. I specifically got this hat to pair with this because it was very boy with the airplanes. And I know that, you know, you can, by the way, you can knot these hats. They look really cute too, these little gnome hats when you knot them at the top. So you could do either way. Probably, I think the knot might be cute because the gown is knotted, but I'm going to leave it for now. And this is a size newborn in the hats. I always get size newborn, and they kind of fit all the babies in and around this size. Oh my goodness, he looks like the little old man, like with the sleep cap. Oh, because he's so newborn looking. Look at him. He feels so good too. Oh my gosh. And again, I just love this knot. Oh, he looks so sweet. Oh, Auntie Kelly. Oh, I wish you could have, seen him in this and felt him in this. And I ordered this like weeks ago. I had no idea Milo would, be, coming here with me. And now I definitely will not be placing any orders for a very, very long time. The belt is buckled, like, had to do what I had to do. So here's the boys, together. And, there we go. And I will do a comparison video. I know Kelly did a comparison video of Milo and Monroe on her channel, which was really cool to see. And of course, since Oscar is, even though he's the same sculpt as Monroe, they're a little bit different of a baby. And even within an edition, each, sculpt can definitely be different. So I definitely want to show you, a comparison video of Milo and Oscar as the, full-bodied silicones, which I'll be doing. I have tons and tons of videos to make. Yeah, I definitely have no lack of topics. I just have lack of time. And I'm all jammed up here because, I missed some time with my teeth thing. But, oh my gosh, look at these boys. I feel so blessed to have these, two amazing Claire Taylor, silicone babies that are both like each very one of a kind, very unique. There's certainly not another Oscar, and there's only, 5 Dwayne Wakes in the entire edition worldwide to begin with. And, Oscar is Oscar. He's a very unique, baby. Each of the Dwaynes are. And Milo is a very unique Janica. And he's just also just an extremely beautifully made doll with exceptional, silicone. And he's just, he's very special. So I consider myself, very lucky to have, both these boys here together and looking absolutely just smashing. I don't know. I'm being silly. They just look absolutely amazing in these little Kate Quinn gowns. I'm glad I did the bluebird, this for them to, match together, and then separately the pumpkin will go on somebody. But oh my gosh, look at them. All right, say hi, aunties and uncles. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of these two sweet brothers in their Kate Quinn, and also let me know your thoughts on the topic of our doll, ownership of our dolls, and whatever wills, or what you would do, what you want done with your doll collection should something happen to you. Like, does any other collectors think about that? Like I said in the beginning, It was a topic that was of thought and that went around between us newbies. And now it's just so far into it, and life is just so, busy and ever changing, and with what going on, that again, I would be just to where, my husband would know who to call, and he would need some help, because I do have quite a bit invested in my collection now, and that would help my family immensely in an emergency situation should, God forbid, something happen to me. There's probably a reborn or two. I mean, definitely Asir, that my kid, that I would want my kids to hold on to, my family to hold on to. And of course, if any of my, kids, which they don't have an interest in my dolls now, they don't really know the dolls. I mean, they kind of know Oscar now because he's downstairs, but they would probably need to let Oscar go, for financial reasons. But anyway, there are reborns, and, the kids could say, well, I'd like to have this doll that was mom's or whatever, but I don't think they'd be keeping them all, if that makes sense. So that's where I would be at right now. Things could change in the future, right? 10 years from now, it could be different. Maybe they wouldn't have to sell any and they could keep my whole collection together somewhere. I have no idea, but all I know is the here and now and what would need to happen should, God forbid, the unthinkable. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let me know in the comments. It's an interesting thing to talk about, right? So let me know in the comments what your thoughts on it and where you would be, and is it something that you've ever thought about? All right, everyone. Till next time, God bless.